Hello and welcome to a special unlisted video to help you find your one word, the most important single core value that you have that you can then bring to your business and to your life. It's had a huge impact on my business, on my life, to the point that I wrote a book about it. And I've seen a whole bunch of entrepreneurs be able to apply it to their lives and see big transformational growth. And so I'm excited for this video for you guys, because I'm not just going to talk about the process and the importance, but we're also going to walk through 5 different examples of famous people, entrepreneurs that you probably look up to: Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk, Howard Schultz, Oprah Winfrey, will.i.am, what their most important one word is and what it means. So up first, let's look at will.i.am, whose one word is will.
If you had to think of one word that's most important to you, or that sums you up, or that would be kind of like a little beacon.
Will. Not in an egotistical way either, just the will. And not the thing you write before you die. The will, to have will, determination, to have strength, courage, will.
So I really love this one. This is the first time that I found somebody's one word off of their name. From all the people that I've worked with and helped and consulted and walked through the process, I've never had anybody's one word be their name. But it makes sense in that his name is William. It's will.i.am. I am will. And the thing to really take away from this is you need to have the breakdown. One of the things I talk about in the book is the credo. It's the 3 things that break down what your one word is so that it adds more clarity for yourself and for the people around you. So in the video, Will talks about how will means determination, it means strength, and it means courage. And so when he's looking at new projects that he's going to take on, or when he's looking at a new opportunity potentially in life, or how to address this big scary situation, he looks at it through the lens of will, right? To have the will to do it. So is this going to help me gain more determination or strength or courage? And where he's going to be upset at himself or upset at life is when he doesn't have the courage to go off and do that big scary thing. And so it's really important as you go through the process of finding your one word, not just to come up with the word, but then to make it have more meaning, to find the credo, to find the 3 things that make it up. So again, it adds more clarity, adds more context, so that helps you. Really, the whole point of this exercise is that it will help you make those big important decisions in your life and start attracting those things more into your life as opposed to running in the opposite direction. So that's will.i.am. Next up is Gary Vaynerchuk's, whose one word is hustle.
Hustle is putting it all on the line. Period. Simple. You don't like the way it sounds? F it, because it's the truth, because you're just not working. Hustle is waking up one day, the day before you die, and realizing you gave it your all into the parenting of your children, the building of your businesses, the philanthropy that you wanted to do. Whatever you define, it's just, all in, emotionally and executionally, in theory and strategy and in execution. Hustle is a word to so many people, even to some of my hardcore fans. I'm sorry to call you out, but I follow you like you follow me, and people talk about the hustle, but then you're talking about your 6 o'clock, happy hour drink, or your video game, or this and that. And here we are in the holidays, and everybody's going to their holiday party, and I've got 1 meeting coming up right now, 2 meetings after that, reviewing all my email. And so while everybody's drinking some goddamn eggnog, I continue the hustle. And so you can say it or you can do it, but I highly recommend you do both. Stop crying and just keep hustling. Hustle is the most important word ever.
So what I really love about this clip is that Gary Vaynerchuk is known as the hard-working hustle guy, and he brings everything to his business, and you think he's just working 24 hours a day and bleeding out of his eyeballs. And what's really important when he breaks down hustle, and I took this really small clip from his channel because a lot of it just talks about work, is how he defines hustle is more than just what he brings to work, right? He talks about in this video about parenting of his children, about philanthropy, and about business. It's about every aspect of your life. And so when you get the clarity to understand what your one word is, this whole process is about self-awareness. When you understand what it is that is your single most important core value, then you bring that to everything that you're doing. This isn't a marketing exercise. It's not just how do I find something that's cool for my business that I want to be known for. so that people can spread my message for me. That will help. But it doesn't start as a marketing exercise that you bring. It starts as something that comes from inside. It comes from you, that you will then bring not just to your business, but to every aspect of your life. And so my one word is believe. I bring that to my content. I bring that to every video that I make for you guys. I bring that to my social media, to my website, to the team that I hire, to every business decision I have to make. But I also bring it to my outside world, to my personal life. You know, I teach my son, Hayden, who's 8 years old, that he's a carmichael and he can do anything that he wants. It's a lesson I learned from my parents. And so it's important as you're going through this exercise to not just think of it as a business context or how I'm going to market myself. That's going to be part of it, but it starts from in here. It starts from the self-awareness, understand who you are as a human being, your most important core value, and then bringing that to everything that you're doing, including business. All right, so that's Gary Vaynerchuk. Next up is Howard Schultz, who started Starbucks, and Oprah Winfrey. We're combining them into one because they both have the same one word, which is love.
Let me begin by saying something that perhaps is not generally talked about in business, and it's a word that I use to categorize one of the chapters in the book. It's not a word that generally is used in business schools or in business classes, and it's love. I've been at Starbucks almost 30 years, and I came back to the company in January of '08 because of unbridled enthusiasm and love and affection for the company and 200,000 people who wear the green apron, and my deep responsibility to them and their families to restore the company back to its rightful place. And other than my family, I can honestly say that there isn't anything that I would not do to defend this company and certainly enhance its standing in the marketplace.
What is your brand, do you think?
I'm the love brand.
Aren't we all, darling?
No, I'm the love brand.
Aren't we all?
I'm the love brand.
You like to shower love around and...
Yeah, it's really, that's what it is. I am the love and
Love
connection
that.
brand. That's what I am.
You're a bit like Barry White was the love god. You're the love brand.
I'm the love brand. Because ultimately, everything that I'm saying, whether it's in my magazine, whether it's Gail on the radio, whether it's the Oprah Winfrey Show, and now everything about the channel OWN, it's about opening your space, your heart space, so that you can love more. You know, that's really all money is for. Money's worth nothing if it can't buy you the opportunity to love more.
So watching these two videos back to back bring up a couple of thoughts for me. The first is that you don't have to have your own unique one word. A lot of people, as they go through the exercise, feel like they might be boxed in. I can't be defined by one word. Somebody else already has my one word, and so I can't go off and do it. Where if you look at a word like believe, it's been used lots of times. You know, Shamu the Whale at SeaWorld has a tour called Believe, and Justin Bieber had an album called Believe, and Cher had a song called Believe, and lots of people have used Believe before. That doesn't mean that I can't put my own stamp on it and make it my own, where if you look at the most powerful words, the ones that inspire you, that make you feel courageous and bold, chances are people have used them before. That's okay. What this process allows you to do, that I walk through in the book, is you find your one word, and then it turns from just being a word into a word with a hashtag. So believe becomes hashtag believe. And I get to define what hashtag believe means to me. This, back to looking at Will I Am, is the importance of the credo. And so what love means to Howard Schultz is not going to be the exact same thing of what love means to Oprah Winfrey. And so by adding the credo underneath, by helping define what hashtag love means, that's what gives you the extra clarity. Now, they're not so far different, right? They're not opposites, but how they define is going to be slightly different. And so I'd encourage you to look at, just because somebody else has the same one word as you, just because somebody has used that in their marketing before, that's okay. Howard Schultz, who started Starbucks, and Oprah Winfrey, two of the biggest brands in the world, both have the same one word, but how they execute it is different, and that's okay. So I'm a big fan of Howard Schultz, who started Starbucks. He's actually right here behind me on the wall, one of the 5 pictures that I have here that tell my story of Believe. And when I started reading his book, Onward, there's a great line in here. He says, "There is a word that comes to mind when I think about our company and our people. That word is love. I love Starbucks because everything we've tried to do is steeped in humanity, respect and dignity, passion and laughter, compassion and community responsibility." First off, when I read this, I'm like, what? Howard Schultz has one word. This is amazing. I got really pumped, had to go buy the book. But then he defines it, right? And in my book, I suggest having 3 things in your credo that help split it down. He goes a little deeper. He goes to what, 7? Respect, dignity, passion, laughter, compassion, community, responsibility. 7's not bad. I recommend crunching it down more just because it can be hard to remember 7, right? I already forgot what these were, right? But if you have 1 word and then 3 underneath, it's a lot easier to remember. It's just one of those things that if you don't remember what your mission is, you're gonna have a hard time actually doing it, right? If you have a hard time remembering what your values are, then you're gonna have a hard time living up to them. That's why it's easy to have a 1, 3. But regardless, he listed the 7 things that are important to him, what love means to him. And so adding that clarity allows him to then build a huge brand like Starbucks and also the life that he wants. Turning over to Oprah, what she was talking about in the video was how she brings it to every aspect of her business, right? Whether it's the magazine, whether it's Gail on the radio, whether it's her show or her new station, OWN, and the network she's building, love is a part of everything. And so at the top of everything she's building, it's about helping people love more, love themselves, love the people around them. And so it's great to see both perspectives. You got Howard, who's going deep and sharing what love breaks down into in the book. And then you've got Oprah, who's explaining how it applies to every area of her business. And this is something that hopefully you've seen a pattern now with the videos we've shown, right? You've seen it over and over and over and over again. The self-awareness to understand what it is that you stand for, and then how that breaks down specifically so you can make those important decisions. And then this applies to every aspect of your business as well as your life. So that was Howard and Oprah. The last clip up is Tony Robbins, whose most important word is progress.
Who agrees with me on this? Say ah. So let me give you the 1-word secret to happiness. 1 word. This is all you need to be happy. Remember it as long as you live if you want to be happy. Progress equals happiness. If you're not even there yet, but you're making progress to something that you desire, that you value, that's important to you, you'll start to light up. What you get will never make you happy. Who you become will make you very happy or very sad. So if you and I are going to feel alive, we got to make progress. Even if you're not there yet, but you're making progress on your body, progress in your relationship, progress on your business, you're going to feel excited.
So this is another great clip, another great example, and I could say the same points over and over and over again, right? Having the self-awareness to understand what progress means to you, and then applying that to your entire business. If you look at what Tony is about, everything is about progress for himself and for other people. Why do you go to a Tony Robbins event, or why do you watch a Tony Robbins clip? You want to progress, you want to learn, you want to get better, you want to improve, you want to grow. The thing though that I want to share with you from this clip specifically is, once you figure out what you stand for, right? You figured out your 1 word, you figured out the credo, the 3 things that make it up, you figured out how to apply it to your business and to your life. I believe you then have the responsibility to then share it and to be a beacon of light and of hope for your community. And this is what Tony's doing on a big scale, right? He's preaching it, he's teaching it. And it doesn't mean that, for me, I need to make you convinced that believe is your 1 word. That's not the mission at all. But I want to spread more believe. I believe the world needs more believe. And you should, for whatever your 1 word is as well. So if we're looking at will, or if we're looking at hustle, or if we're looking at progress, the 1 words we've discussed today, if any of those resonate with you, or whatever the thing is that you stand for, I believe it's not enough just to execute it yourself. I believe you need to be able to share it and be a beacon of light for the people around you. That just by being around you, people feel more of that. So by people being around me, they should feel more believe. Just by being around me, just by me walking in the room and having a conversation, you should feel more believe. By watching one of my videos, or visiting my website, or hitting up my social media, you should feel more believe. By watching this video right now, in everything that I do, you should feel more believe. And I want that for you as well. So I want you to, once you figured out what your 1 word is, and you figured out your credo and how you're applying it, to then really up the stakes and to realize that this is important. And you just playing your life for yourself is selfish. And you have a greater role to play, and that is to help the people around you. Whether you go big and you create a YouTube channel and you have a big stage, or whether that's just bringing it to your family and your community and the groups around you. When people interact with you, when people spend any amount of time with you, they should feel that quality that's inside you, and it's a magnet. And it also helps you bring more of those people into your life. So hopefully that helped. Obviously, in the book that I encourage you to pick up, there's a lot more details, a lot more structure of how to actually find your one word and bringing it to your business and bringing in more sales and the entire operations that you can go check out. But I wanted to just do a deeper dive into the one words of some people that you probably look up to, know, respect, and see that there's this consistent pattern that when you have the self-awareness to figure out what you stand for and you can clearly articulate it and then bring that to every aspect of your business and life, that's when you start to have tremendous success like the people that we profiled here today. So thank you guys for watching. I'm excited for your journey. Thank you for joining me on this special unlisted video. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you want to leave it down in the comments below. I appreciate you. I believe in you. I hope you continue to believe in yourself and whatever your one word is. Much love. I'll see you soon.